What's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show, coming at you as I love to do every weekday over the national airwaves of ESPN Radio and ESPN News, 250-plus markets across the United States of America. Check your AM/FM listing nearest you, plus ESPN Radio on Sirius XM Channel 80, plus ESPN Radio simulcast over the live national television airwaves of ESPN News. Number to call up as always is 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. The Stephen A. Smith Show on ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance, celebrating 7 years and over 700 cars donated to vets. Learn more at keystoprogress.com. Time for Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. The NBA season is in full effect. It is in full effect. Last night, something spectacular took place. And for months, I had salivated that such a night would take place inside the corridors of Madison Square Garden. And instead, it happened at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Kyrie Lrving, the showstopper that he is, 17 of 33 shooting, 51.5% from the field, 7 of 14 shooting from three-point range, that's 50% from the field, 9 of 10 from the free throw line, that's 90% from the free throw line, 50 points. But the Brooklyn Nets lost. Loses to Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves, 127-126 in overtime. Karl Anthony Towns, 36 points, 14 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 steals. Andrew Wiggins had 21 points. That was nice. Here's the reality. People look at this and they look at what they saw last night and they're like, okay, Kyrie Lrving was absolutely spectacular. How often are we going to see that? Here's my proclamation. A whole lot. Now, it ain't going to be 50. But that show that brother put on, that's what you have the potential to see every time you walk through the turnstiles of the Barclays Center. And it's exactly why I'm sick to my stomach, because it's exactly what the Knicks lack. Now, Brooklyn lost just like the Knicks lost. And R.J. Barrett had 21 points. And Morris, having snubbed the San Antonio Spurs for the New York Knicks after agreeing to go to San Antonio initially, dropped 26 points. And Julius Randle had about 25 and 11. Good pickup for the Knicks. And I got news for you. I think the Knicks are going to be better next year than they were this year, than they were next year. I think the Knicks are going to be better than serviceable. I think the New York Knicks have a chance to be very interesting. But here's the question. Who are you walking through the turnstiles to see? You see what I'm saying? That's what the New York Knicks don't have. I don't give a damn that Patrick Ewing once wore this uniform. I mean, I love Patrick. And I love the level of credibility that he brought to the New York Knicks. And I love the fact that the New York Knicks were perennial contenders with them. I'm very appreciative to Patrick Ewing for all of that. But that's not what I'm talking about when I ask the question about box office. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand that the Brooklyn Nets are fully aware that Kevin Durant in all likelihood will miss the entire season? And it's okay from a box office perspective, because let me tell you something. You're going to pay money to walk through the turnstiles to watch Kyrie Lrving. He is a show. Kyrie Lrving is a show. That handle, the way he dances on people, his ability to finish at the basket better than almost any little man you've ever seen in basketball. I'd put Allen Iverson in that category, of course. But the brother and what he can do with a basketball, ball handling skills that are unparalleled, he is box office. That's why you pay Kyrie Lrving $140 million. That's why he was worth $200 million. He's box office. That's what he is. He's that kind of showstopper. And this brother last night showed everybody why. Without the services of Kevin Durant, it has you salivating for Kevin Durant to return, making you wonder what you're going to get once he does return. Because we all know what a superstar Kevin Durant is, don't we? We all know that there will be no such discussion as LeBron James or Kyrie Irving as the best player in basketball if Kevin Durant were healthy. We do know that, don't we? We better. Because Kevin Durant is one of the most efficient superstars you will ever see. And I am telling you for a fact, the Brooklyn Nets, once Kevin Durant arrives, will be title contenders because who are you going to definitively pick to knock off the Brooklyn Nets in the Eastern Conference if Kevin Durant returns? A matter of fact, here's what I'm willing to tell you. If Kevin Durant returns and he's healthy, Giannis Antetokounmpo ain't staying in Milwaukee past next year. He'll leave for Golden State. Because why bother in the Eastern Conference with Kevin Durant and Kyrie? And oh, by the way, Ben Simmons in Philadelphia, major props to you for the way that you played yesterday because you look great. But if you don't get a jump shot, guess what? Philly ain't going to beat Brooklyn once Kevin Durant comes back. Of course, we're all assuming good health. We're not entertaining the possibility of bad health because that's given. If you ain't healthy, can't play, don't count. But Kyrie Irving is something special. And when I saw him perform and look the way that he looked, it was bittersweet for me. I watched Kyrie Irving play. And by the way, they played the New York Knicks Friday night at the Barclays Center. Okay? I got news for you. Watching the New York Knicks last night against those San Antonio Spurs, and then watching Kyrie do what he did, it was bittersweet. Because on one hand, I love Kyrie Irving. I think he's a good brother. I think he's a sensational basketball player. He's good people. My problem is I wish he was in a New York Knicks uniform. And I'm pretty damn depressed that he's not. I'm very sad. Even though it's the start of the NBA season. I've had two miserable moments in the first two nights of this NBA season. The first night, that damn LeBron James decides that while everybody else and their grandmother is looking forward to the opening of the NBA season, it's no big deal to him. No big deal at all. Oh, so what that Kawhi Leonard is dropping 30 and making commercials and trolling LeBron, got a little crown attached to his keychain for the ignition to his car, making commercials for New Balance, calling L.A. his town, and LeBron is like, it's all right. It's no big deal. No big deal at all. Okay? So that disappointed me. And then Kyrie Irving putting on that show last night, it just happened to be in Brooklyn instead of at the Barclays Center instead of Madison Square Garden. I had fantasized about Kyrie Irving being at Madison Square Garden. And now that is no more. He is in Brooklyn. When you look at the Knicks, Marcus Morris shot 50% from the field, had 26 points. Really stellar performance on his part. R.J. Barrett, his first game as a pro, 9 of 13 shooting from the field. Not bad. Hit one of his three-pointers. Finished with 21 points. Just 2 assists in 37 minutes. -2 with him on the floor, but that's neither here nor there. Julius Randle, 10 of 18 shooting. 11 rebounds, 25 points, +6 with him on the floor. Even though when Marcus Morris had his 26 points, for some reason the Knicks were -15 when he was on the floor. It's a different subject for another day. Kevin Knox, your second-year player, your number 9 overall pick in last year's NBA draft, had a respectable 13 points. Hit 3 of his 4 3-pointers and 5 of his 9 shots overall. But they went against the Spurs, and there's no surprise what happened there. LaMarcus Aldridge, DeMar DeRozan only had 13 points. Brian Forbes had 20. Aldridge had 22. DeJounte Murray is back. He had 18. Hit 7 of his 10 shots from the field, concentrating on running the team. 18 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Not a bad night on his part. But I'm just looking at this right here. Frank Ntilikina. 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Dennis Smith Jr., just 10 minutes. See, we were supposed to be excited about these people if you were the New York Knicks. But I ain't going to never be excited about Frank Ntilikina. Only time I've ever wanted to talk to Frank Ntilikina is when I went to France. I was going to ask his advice on what places to go to. That was about it. Other than that, I wasn't interested in no Frank Ntilikina. I know he can play some defense, but I'm just not interested in him. Because he's not that difference maker. Especially when you could have had a Donovan Mitchell or somebody instead of him. Don't get me started. But it is what it is. Kyrie put on a show. The Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York has a better show. But the New York Knicks are not going to be an abomination. They're not going to be scrubs. They're going to be tough. They're going to go after it. They're going to be relatively respectable. I think they'll certainly win at least 10 more games than they won last season when they only won 17. I get all of that. But you're going to have to forgive my absence of excitement when it comes to the New York Knicks, because I know at the end of the day, you ain't going no damn place. And you're devoid of a star. So not only are you going to lose, but you're going to lose without box office appeal to boot. Whereas with the Nets, first of all, I don't think you're going to lose. I think you're going to be better than your 42-40 record last year with Karis LeVert and these boys playing with you. But I think in the end, what it comes down to is that not only are the Brooklyn Nets expected to have a better record, I think the thing that has to resonate that can't be ignored is the fact that, guess what? They have a show. They have a show. And that's the only way to look at this situation as it pertains to the Brooklyn Nets versus the New York Knicks, period. 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. You are listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio, ESPN News. Let me get back to LeBron James because Keyshawn Johnson came on First Take. Keyshawn Johnson, for those of you who don't know, living under a rock, former number 1 overall pick in the NFL by the New York Jets, played for the Jets for years, played for Dallas, ultimately went to Tampa and won a Super Bowl under Tony Dungy. All of that stuff is true. Then he was an NFL analyst for ESPN on Sunday NFL Countdown. Now he's a host for an ESPN radio show right here in the morning on 710 ESPN LA, which is where I've been all week with LZ Grandison. So when you look at it from that perspective, bottom line is Keyshawn Johnson has something to say about all things percolating in L.A. And to be quite honest with you, for the first time, Keyshawn Johnson got on my damn nerves this morning. That's right, I said it. I ain't scared of you, Key. All right? He had the audacity, the unmitigated gall, to sit up there and to tell us here in L.A. that the Clippers-Lakers ain't no rivalry. What kind of damn rock is this morning host extraordinaire living under? What has happened to Keyshawn Johnson? I want to know. What the hell has happened? Has he forgotten what competitive fervor is? He should know it better than me. He was the one that was a pro player, not me. And then when I confronted him with that, this man, the author of a book, throw me the damn ball while he was playing. That's what Keyshawn Johnson was saying. Throw me the damn ball. And this dude comes on national television this morning and goes like this. Ah, man, please calm down. Ain't no big deal. It's just a game. It ain't no rivalry. So the Clippers are coming. Ain't no rivalry. So the Clippers have arrived. Ain't no rivalry. So the Clippers, like the Lakers, are championship contenders. They playing in the same city, the same damn building. Ain't no rivalry. Only Keyshawn would say something like that. Always trying to be ultra cool. Always trying to be ultra cool, except for when he want to curse somebody out, by the way, because he can do that very well. But I digress. My point is, Keyshawn Johnson is living in L.A. The two top title contenders are believed to be the Lakers and the Clippers. Kawhi has done commercials for New Balance. He's been trolling LeBron. He got a little keychain, according to my man Mark Spears. He's got a little keychain with a crown on it. When you turn the ignition on. That ain't trolling. I don't know what is. He's the reigning NBA champion. He's the reigning NBA Finals MVP. They had him speak to the crowd. This is Kawhi Leonard. He talks to no one. This brother could work for the CIA. He's got nothing to say. But somehow he's addressing the crowd at the Staples Center on opening night. That's what he's doing. And after all of that, just basically saying everything but flat out saying, this is my town now, LeBron. He goes out on the court. He scores 16 points in the second quarter. He scores 7 straight baskets. And from that point forward, there was an APB out for LeBron James. We couldn't find him. Couldn't find him. Nowhere to be found. Offensively, defensively, he was really good. Offensively, nowhere to be found. Even though defensively, he wasn't really defending Kawhi Leonard. He was on Patrick Beverley. But that's beside the point. There were offensive fouls that were drawn by LeBron James. There were fast break layups that he swatted into the stands. All of those things are true. We want to be fair. Look, let me state this, please, so people can understand exactly where I'm coming from. I am fully aware that it's the opener of the NBA season. I am fully aware that there are 81 more games to go. I understand that. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to remind you again of General Hospital and Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful and all of these damn soaps that exist. You may very well know the outcome. Like, for example, Young and the Restless. There was this storyline recently where Victor Newman, my buddy Eric Braden, who plays Victor Newman on Young and the Restless, where he supposedly died. Do you think for one second I thought that Victor Newman was dead? Who the hell didn't know that Victor Newman was alive? Who didn't know that? We all knew that. It's a given. My soap, General Hospital, the soap that I play Brick on, my recurring role as Brick. I miss y'all. Maurice Bernard, Laura Wright, Steve Burton and the crew. That would be Sonny, Carly, and Jason. Love y'all. Can't wait to see y'all. I've been busy, but I'm coming back. Sonny shot somebody. He ended up going to jail. Did y'all really think they were going to write him off the show and he would be in prison for the rest of the, for the rest of his life? You really thought that was going to happen? Huh? Ladies and gentlemen, we all know the outcome. But does that stop you from watching and being entertained by the story? That is my problem with LeBron James today. That's it. I refuse to believe that it's father time kicking in and he doesn't have it anymore. I know that he's one of the greatest in the world, if not the greatest. I believe he's going to have an MVP caliber season. I believe all of that. What I'm saying is this. You got a brother that's coming into town, trolling you, talking about taking over L.A., and all you got is what you showed Tuesday night. There's nothing inside of you that said to Frank Vogel, look, coach, hold on for a second, man. I got this. We could work on the plays and getting everybody involved Friday against the Jazz or Sunday against the Hornets. We could do that. But right now, this brother's out of pocket. Let me handle this. There's nothing in you that could say that? Nothing? Nothing? You're just going to let the game come and go. Everybody and their mother looking forward to this. And you got Patrick Beverley guarding you. Harkless, too. And, of course, Kawhi. I mean, it was very, very reminiscent of the finals against Dallas in 2011 when Jason Terry and Jason Kidd were guarding him at times. This is not a question about what LeBron can do. I believe in LeBron. I know what he can do. My point is, it's like, damn, you didn't play since April. The moment was there. We all wanted to see you against Kawhi. Remember when LeBron did that turnaround jump on the left baseline over Kawhi Leonard? Do you remember the crowd and it oohing and on and going off before the shot was even attempted? Because everybody wanted to see them go up against one another. Kawhi answered the call. Not only did LeBron did not answer the call, he sat up and said, there's no call to answer. It's just a regular season game. They are who they are. We are who we are. We got to figure things out, and we go from there. And Keyshawn Johnson, who entertains you on the radio airwaves every morning, never taking a single day for granted because he understands what comes with wanting to give the crowd what they want to see. Gladiator movie. Remember what that dude said to Russell Crowe? Win the crowd, and you'll win your freedom. Win the crowd. Win the crowd. Once upon a time, LeBron James knew that. I suspect LeBron James still knows that. He'll know that Friday. But somehow, some way, with Kawhi Leonard in the same building, suddenly, you don't know. I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is. 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. You're listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio, ESPN News. I'm going to make sure I put up something on the screen for y'all from Jamie Foxx. I mean, because God forbid, we speak ill of LeBron in any way. Jamie can't have that. Jamie don't like that. Jamie Foxx don't like that. So he posted something on Instagram against all of us hating on LeBron. I mean, God forbid we say something critical. Do I need to say it, Juvie? Do I need to say it again? LeBron James. Hey, Jamie, are you listening? LeBron James is a great father. He's a great husband. He's very, very charitable with his work and his efforts. He's a great, phenomenal businessman. The show The Shop is phenomenal. When he was doing acting in that movie Training Wreck, he was absolutely stellar. Did I miss anything, y'all? Did I miss anything? Anybody? Did I miss anything? Anybody? Did I miss anything about LeBron? I mean, I want to make sure I got all the compliments out there because God forbid we say a critical word about the king. God forbid. We can't do that. All I wanted to see was him and Kawhi go at it. That's all. That's it. I don't give a damn if LeBron had 5 points. If he missed 30 shots, I still would have been proud. He was just off. But to be so passive, I think the only thing that will tick me off even more is if he comes out aggressive Friday against the Jazz. Oh, now we going to be aggressive. Oh, I will be disgusted. But then again, he won't care. So neither should the rest of us. 888-SAY-ESPN. To your calls in more than a minute. Don't touch that dial. It's the Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio, ESPN News. By the way, by now you've probably heard me talk about my computer career and think, nope, not me. I don't know the first thing about computers. Well, you know what? That's okay. You don't have to. Before they started, many of their graduates could turn a computer on and off, and that's it. Now they're IT professionals, and you can do it too. Go to My Computer